Greetings, I'm Dan Bittman, Superintendent here in ISD 728, just to give you a few updates as we move into the spring. First, with COVID-19, we continue to see things working in our schools, mitigation strategies, masks, hand washing, etc., and we've been grateful for that. We have, as of late, started to see an increase in the number of students, particularly who are testing positive for COVID. We still believe our mitigation strategies are working, but as we contact trace, we're recognizing that student and family travel, as well as family gatherings, holiday breaks, neighborhood get-togethers, etc., are having an impact. In addition to that, we've had a number of families frustrated because of quarantining and having students having to be quarantining. So just a reminder to help us continue to do that in terms of mitigation strategies and to help us keep our kids and families in school. Overall, we've been very, very pleased, and we're excited to have all of our kids here at this time. Vaccinations, everyone on our site in terms of employees have had the opportunity to get vaccinated, have been vaccinated. The majority of those have had both doses, and the averages in terms of staff cases has been extremely low. In fact, 1 or 2 cases a week in the entire district in terms of staff. So the vaccinations are definitely having an impact, and we would like to thank our public health officials as well as our district staff for coordinating those efforts. We know that that's making a difference. Winter sports and activities. We've had a tremendously successful season, and we've been grateful to have our students able to participate in various events. We'd like to first thank our families and our athletic directors and our teams and coaches for navigating the Department of Health regulations as they continue to change. We've appreciated your flexibility and patience and recognize how important these events are for our students, our families, and our community. The winter seasons, as I said, were a great success throughout the district, and students worked really hard and they performed well. While the list of successes throughout the district is just too large to mention, I did want to mention a few. Elk River High School girls basketball and speech had a tremendous season. Rogers Nordic Ski, another successful run. And of course, the Zimmerman dance team for their continued success in that area. We have been pleased at our continued efforts and look forward to a promising spring. We're excited that a lot of our spring activities will occur outside, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to loosen those guidelines and have more and more spectators and people involved in our activities. That is why we're here, to continue to have our community engaged, our kids performing, our kids doing well in the classroom, etc. And we appreciate your continued support. We also want to thank everyone for their continued flexibility both right now and upcoming as we continue our construction projects at many of our schools. This includes work on our stadiums, work in athletic and activity spaces, and work on classrooms and learning environments. We recognize that this can be a challenge when it comes to traffic and flow and events, etc. But be assured, these end products will be amazing for our kids, our families, and our community, and we continue to be grateful for our community's not only patience, but support in helping make this possible for all of our students. This time of the year is all about celebrating our kids, and we have a lot of events that are culmination activities. 2 of those activities are typically prom and graduation. And please know that ISD 728 is committed to making sure that we can do whatever we can to have successful events throughout our spring. We recently shared some information on prom that includes a grand march and dinner, etc. We'll continue to look for ways to engage our kids and to provide safe and fun opportunities for them as we we bring this year to a close. Know that we are committed to having a graduation ceremony, and that while we don't know the exact details of that, we are excited to celebrate our kids, and we'll guarantee that we have a special event for them. Our plan would be to do that in person, and again, we will continue to work with Department of Health as well as public health officials throughout all of our counties to help us do this in the safest and best way possible. We look forward to celebrating our kids in this avenue with you, and know it will be a very special event. Recent events in Atlanta and Boulder, Colorado, etc. have been just another reminder that these tragedies can happen anywhere. Let this be a reminder, and we want to reiterate that there's just no place for hate, for discrimination, or for violence in ISD 728 or in any of our communities. If you are experiencing any of those things, please make sure that you are reaching out to us. Students, we have resources and support for you, and we value that partnership. Know that our social workers, our teachers, our staff throughout all of our buildings, our counselors, our administrators, the superintendent and board stand with you. And we continue to look for ways to partner and to make sure that ISD 728 remains a great place to learn. In addition to that, if you're experiencing challenges like this in our community in terms of hate or violence, there are a number of resources, and we would encourage you to not only report these issues, but to continue to work with us, and we can help you navigate those situations. Again, we want to continue to be with you and stand with you as we continue to navigate situations and to prevent tragedies like those that are happening in other places across the country from happening in any of our area. It is our great students, our families, and our communities that make this a great place to live, to learn, and to work. We are in the legislative session, and the things that happen in St. Paul have a direct impact on ISD 728 as well as in our communities. We continue to work with our communities, with our families, with our students, and with our legislators to continue to not only advocate for ISD 728 students, but to make sure that we are taking care of our families, our community members, our taxpayers. So we have attached or provided information about our most recent advocacy and legislative platform for your review. That is one thing that we continue to use as a guide and a framework as we are working closely with our representatives. In ISD 728, we are very engaged, as are our representatives, in continuing to keep kids first. And so we would like to thank them, as well as to encourage each of you to continue to be engaged and to let your voice be heard. If you have ideas on how we can better support you, our students, our families, and community, please contact us so that we can continue to work with you and for you as we provide great opportunities for our kids in ISD 728. Although the majority of our students just returned in January, we are already hitting the home stretch. The sun is shining, end of the year culmination activities are being planned, and we've already begun planning for the fall and are ready for the opening of school. So we thank you for our continued partnership as we continue to make the end of this school year the most amazing end that we have had. Thank you for being part of our team, and let us know how we can best support you as we finish out 2021.